I kind of figured you guys.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE.
Give me a hell yeah!
Now, let's meet the host. Kyle Gagliardi.
The face that runs the place!
Jim Tucker. And Erica Marini.
I'm the boss. I'm the blueprint. I'm the standard.
Well, I think we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
What's up? Good morning, everybody. We got a comment already to start things off here. Mikey Wilson said, I'm going to leave when you start talking about the men's chamber. Yeah, he's just letting us know what's going on. This is the first episode of Sunday Shoot here. You know, no real agenda. We're just going to talk some wrestling. I obviously am Mr. OTM himself and still the pay-per-view champion, Kyle Gagliardi. I am joined by my co-host, Jim Tucker. Tucky, how we doing?
I'm doing okay. I'd be better if I was entitled to this strap back here, but it's just a placeholder at the moment. Yeah, fuck. Good morning, Erica. How are you?
Oh, hey, you know what, Tuck? I'd probably be a lot better if you had the strap, or me, or literally anybody else besides Kyle. But you know, it's
I'm at an advantage when it comes to these shows because I play it safe. I can only play it safe now and go with the predictable route. You guys, to get the title, have to, you know, take risk like Tuck did with Rhea Ripley, and you did. Didn't you have a different pick in the men's chamber, Erica?
Austin Theory in the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, that was one.
I mean, you can't win if you don't play.
That's right.
I do like Austin Theory more and more. The more I see him, he could sell a boat in the desert.
Mikey Wilson would know about this. He said no prep is the best prep, gags. I mean, yeah, we got a little bit of bullet points here, but
question for the listener: are bullet points considered notes? In my world, bullet points are considered a linear method of note taking. And a practical application of note taking to bullet point streamline ideas. I heard, Erica,
a slight spin-off of that. Sorry, you just got my mind going. A slight spin-off of that question for the listeners is reading every prediction article and Googling spoilers. Is that considered cheating? Doing that before making your picks, and then you
Googling spoilers?
And you break your own arm, patting yourself on the back for what a good job.
Who's Googling spoilers?
Probably you.
Breaks his own arm, stubs it, breaks his own toe in celebration.
Yeah, man. Why don't you go break another toe?
So yeah, can I tell that story? I mean, we got no plan here. So
we've got time.
I was over at my parents. I watched Elimination Chamber with my brother. We were dog sitting another dog, a family friend. They're both golden retrievers, so I figured I'd waste some energy of theirs and run around the house, play some ball. And I took off with the football, trying to have the dogs chase me. And my dumbass, full speed, foot first, right into the side of the stairwell. And I have a purple puffed up. What is that? Oh, I don't know.
People eater?
It's not great. I was trying to specify what toe it was, like it matters. But yeah, I broke my toe, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not great. But I do have to give a shout out to Ryan looking big tough in that picture that you posted. He wasn't playing games.
Oh.
And I have to acknowledge him as well. So shout out to Ryan for that one. What a guy.
Yeah, Erica, you missed it because you were busy doing wedding planning stuff for your sister, right?
I was doing some wedding stuff. Who also has a golden retriever related injury. She got a big fat egg and a black eye from her puppy, who was just being like wild, and she was sitting with him, and he just like ripped his head up and just headbutted her. And yeah, so
those Goldens have a lot of energy.
Like they say, the odds of being killed by a Golden are very low, but they are not zero. So,
So you're saying there's a chance?
yeah.
It definitely is, because when I went down, I was like just sitting there for 5 minutes. Ryan was even shocked and he didn't know what to do. He's like, "You okay? You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, Ryan, just let me sit here. Let me gather myself," because it was bleeding too. It was not.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got to sit here with this pain for a second to figure out where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
You being in no pain, Ryan, do not know where I'm at right now. Just let me assess. Give me a second. Let me assess it. I'll be okay.
We're in the trust tree, Kyle. Did you cry?
No, I don't cry.
We're on the trust tree, Kyle, with anybody in the world watching.
Yeah,
Did you
with
cry?
anybody.
We're
on social
amongst
media.
friends here. Did you cry?
No, I'm a
You're
big.
good.
I just cuss a lot when I get hurt. Like I just go to every single curse word possible.
What?
That's how I go. That's how I do things. So was I the only one that watched Elimination Chamber live then?
Yeah.
Tuck, when did you get around to watching it?
It would have been between 5:30 and 6 o'clock your time. I had tryouts yesterday, so I went to the varsity tryouts to figure out if there were any guys that weren't going to make varsity that might trickle down. So I had to sit there and watch that. Then we had our tryout. I managed to avoid all spoilers aside from knowing that you won the belt.
How did you end up finding that
The
out?
worst spoiler of them all.
My Apple Watch on Twitter, because
Okay.
I'm tied to the On the Mark. I need to turn that account off. I learned that, but I'm like, that doesn't really ruin the pick, so I don't know which ones he won or where it went. So
True.
I watched the whole show. Did the Miz and Rey Mysterio fight on the pre-show?
Pre-show, yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't. I watched it probably around the same time you did, different time zone. And yeah, I didn't see that match at all.
That one was actually pretty good. That was the only one I lost. They actually gave Ray the win. Dominic kind of got involved, which led to, I don't know if you guys saw the Twitter clip, but the Miz mentioned that he has somebody he's bringing in, to kind of assist him with the situation, which a lot of people, when I was watching live at the time, were like, "Oh, it's got to be Cody Rhodes. It's Cody Rhodes." And then literally like 2 minutes later, PWI Insider tweeted that there's reports that Logan Paul is going to be the one that they're bringing in. So first off, the people that were freaking out, "Oh my God, this is WWE already rooting Cody Rhodes," just jump into conclusions per usual, and it's Logan Paul.
Does he what is his fan base?
YouTube, right?
Goobers, like
Immature people.
Just
His family? I don't know.
People that have an interesting form of entertainment. Now it's like they're just amused. Like, why do you watch Jackass? To see what's going to happen. I don't know that I'm going to go to the bar with those guys, but I'm going to watch Jackass and see him get injured. And then Logan Paul is that he's also I'm not a fan of his.
Fights?
No,
he has fought though.
Yes,
but he's not Jake Paul fighting everybody.
That had the one. He had that thing with Sami Zayn, right? That was Jake.
No, Correct. That was Logan that had that. Tuck, is that your dogs going crazy up there?
Mista just left, and they have forgot that I am in the house. I will be back.
Yeah, so that's sad.
We gotta let Tuck handle that situation because obviously the kids come first. You know about that with Ben over there.
Sad. Oh.
So you watched Elimination Chamber obviously later. Overall, what did you think about the whole thing? I know we texted about it, but tell the listeners.
I don't know if it was me, as I'm glad that when I did tell you about it, you kind of agreed. I thought it was always just me that just didn't knock my socks off.
Yeah. It was there. I think that's, look at Leo's coming in for the Sunday shoot, brother.
Very informal with the shoot. They did not respect the light. I had the light on. They chose not to respect it.
Tessie's already sitting down in the chair.
Yeah. She has assumed the throne. Acknowledge her.
Awesome.
Toby's still alive. So
Toby's kicking.
Oh, we asked.
Toby's the one with the diaper, if anybody forgot. Yeah. We've introduced Tuck's dogs a couple times on the show.
Oh, yeah.
They've made a few appearances. I remember the days when we used to do some podcasts over at your place in the Four Seasons, Tuck. That was
a battle. I mean, I tried to tell them that a Sunday shoot, a little, but we still want to keep it professional here. They just they got crossed up. So here we go. And Mista leaving just right in the middle of it. That didn't help.
That's okay. It's only going to be live now, and you're not going to be able to listen to it unless you go to YouTube later. So it's not like anybody's going to tune in. Now you understand what the concept is, Erica?
Yeah, like you explained everything to me like I'm 5.
Erica texted me, Tuck, literally when we were playing the intro, and she was like, wait, I thought this was only on YouTube. I look gross. I was like, why does it matter? I mean, we're not going to – it's not a big deal.
I mean, if you're going to quote me, quote what I said.
Okay, what did you say then?
I look like turd.
Okay. She looks like turd, Tuck. I
look like turd. Got it.
While you were rallying up the dogs, though, I asked Erica her general thoughts on the pay-per-view as a whole. I think you would agree with where we were at with it. It happened. It was just blah.
Thumbs right in the middle. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't bad. There were concerning moments. Madcap Moss, congrats on your life still.
Cool.
But it felt pretty chalk, but that doesn't mean bad. But we're in that Twitter generation now where we're expecting and wanting pops and these and big and wow, and sometimes good wrestling is like underwhelming, which is sad. But I thought it was just a fair show. Thumbs in the middle. And for those, if I'm waking up at 9 a.m. in the morning and that's like the start of my day, I'm not expecting the best. Now, if on WrestleMania days when it's a full day thing for me too, planning food and appetizers and having people over and carrying, and I got that, I would be disappointed.
Yeah.
Erica, that might be the biggest coffee mug I've ever seen in my life.
I love it. And then when you're done, at the bottom, it says the dog loves me best.
Oh, so cute. I'm surprised you don't have like a dog mom t-shirt or something like that.
I do. They're in my other room.
I stand corrected.
I just don't have it on.
Duh.
No, you decided to go with the Bang Bang Sunday shoot.
Yeah,
right there.
I thought this was fitting.
Very
absolutely.
Very so I want to bring up obviously the Lesnar thing because that's the one that sticks out the most since it finished the show. First off, that F5 off the fucking chamber pod.
Wait, do we need to ask Mikey to leave?
Huh?
Do we need to ask?
Here right now.
Oh, he left?
Did who leave?
Didn't Mikey Wilson not want to know about?
Oh yeah, he's not in here, and if
okay.
not, he's gonna see spoilers anyways, I'm sure. But the thing that we feared was going to happen was the predictable thing, and it looks like Brock Lesnar. Now we're getting that champion versus champion match. I find it interesting though because that's kind of how they're billing it, is champion versus champion, and usually in those matches, that doesn't mean the titles are on the line, right?
Right. Right.
They would say title for title if the title was on the line, I would assume.
Yeah.
Well, Brock's wording post Royal Rumble was that he was before he was in the chamber was that he was going after Roman Reigns and the Universal title. So champion versus champion is more marketable than whoever wins this match gets the other person's title. And with WrestleMania, you're hoping to get that big swath of new people or returning viewers. So champion versus champion is more marketable, and I hope it's just that because I'm not trying to wait till the last match on day 2 of WrestleMania to see an exhibition match.
Yeah, and they're not going to unify the titles, right?
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
I don't think. See, a company like AEW can't.
No, they don't.
WWE can't. When you have 2 separate rosters that never regularly overlap, so they can't. But do you think you think Brock takes them both? No, because
no,
you already no. All right, I'm just.
But when I talked with I went out to dinner with.
Throwing it out there, and okay, I got it.
I sit on it kind of.
Understood.
I feel very confident about what's going to happen. But I talked to Aaron Orles a little bit about it last night. He brought up the fact that it seems like every time Brock and Roman, face off, Roman gets the better end of it. Like Roman has defeated Brock Lesnar more than Brock's defeated Roman. So what if Lesnar is the one to win both the belts? But how can you take the belts off of Roman Reigns and what he's doing right now?
I agree with what you just said, but I also think that Roman has been the one to take it off of Brock when nobody else could. And then hasn't Brock left afterwards each time? Yeah. So I don't know that Brock's planning to leave. I kind of feel I know it's been a little bit, but I also feel he kind of just got here. So I really don't know. I think it could go either way. And just hopefully, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want him to lose, but like Tuck said, I don't want to be an exhibition match.
No, I'm out. It's got to mean something. We got these big boys in the ring. Let's go. It better be for something.
Yeah.
Interesting to think about. If they have the vision for a year long from Mania to Mania, are they? Because a lot of times, like the WWE especially is like the fashion industry now, where it feels like there's like 52 separate weeks of seasons, like they're just crunch and smush to get to the next one, where like The Rock said that the people aren't going to have to wait long for him to yell the word millions and millions in SoFi Stadium again.
When did he say that?
On Twitter.
Yeah, because he didn't when he was at the Super Bowl, he said millions, and he didn't give the crowd the play
millions?
To say, and millions. So he went on Twitter and said, "You're not going to have to wait." Now, does that mean this WrestleMania? He was on. I
think it means next, right? Because it wasn't in LA where the next WrestleMania is going to be.
But do we get The Rock making a run in at this WrestleMania to set up the one that is in SoFi?
That's what I'm thinking. I know we talked about that a little bit on the last episode. It just makes sense whether it's maybe The Rock shows up before to build towards something and kind of get involved, and maybe as a special guest referee. But then I think that kind of makes it all, crowded, because you still have the Heyman dynamic with these two. Like, I feel like that's the focal point of this feud still, is Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and that tiff that they have since he cost him the WWE title originally. But if you go back to the Royal Rumble, why did fucking Lesnar have to lose the WWE Championship if he was just going to win it right back at the Elimination Chamber?
He said fucking.
Well, Lashley got injured at the Rumble. Yeah. So I think that curtailed some of that plan as well.
Yeah, that was legit last night, right?
The injury wasn't last night, like Tuck said.
Writing him off was legit.
Right.
Was he actually in concussion pro? I don't know, but that was intentional. That because of the injury that he had, and they're talking like 3 to 4 months.
The minimum 4 months is what I said. Yeah, with a shoulder injury or something like that. So,
and SoFi Stadium is 6.5 hours from my house, so I think that might be my first WrestleMania. I might just have to say, because we don't have games on Mondays out here. So if I'm coaching next year, take the personal day on that Monday. Hey, I don't know.
I've never been to California, so that could be something I keep on my radar.
If you're on the beach, it's wonderful, but there are many gross, unappealing places. Great, a lot of good food though.
Very expensive too, right?
I like that you called it gross.
It is what?
Such a Nevada guy.
What is the northeastern word for gross?
No, it just made me laugh.
Wicked.
I don't know.
But wicked's good.
No, I don't say wicked down here. If it was like something like real gross, like would I say it was like skanky?
Disgusting.
I don't know.
No, in any situation, she just tells whatever it is to fuck off. She
Yeah.
frames it in that way, like
Ew, this neighborhood could fuck off.
Yeah, instead of saying it's gross. Yeah, yep.
Still waiting on the merch. The Marini merch that just says "fuck off" with her face or something like that.
Her face is the first letter of off.
Oh yeah.
Erica's face, WFF. I'm in.
We're gonna have to talk to Matt Haskell, get the merch store. I thought we were gonna start our own merch store. What happened with that?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, I can. I'm available. I'm on break, so I've got a lot of time.
Wait, what break is this again?
This is ski break.
Oh,
winter break in the 3rd week of February.
Did they not get a winter break for Christmas, or they did?
No, they got 2 weeks off for Christmas. We got a week off in February. We get a week off in April. You get 2 days before Thanksgiving. You get a week off in October.
For what?
Skiing.
I don't care. I'm not asking.
I don't either. I'm just gonna try to
I think
rally for that here.
There's a chunk of breaks. We do 6 week like period. You only get 1 grade. Your semester grade is your final grade. We do progress reports every 6 weeks, and every 6 weeks we have a break of some sort, usually a week. So I think, hey, we went 6 weeks. Here's a week off kind of thing. Next year, we're starting the school year 2 weeks later, which means we end 2 weeks later but that means that this summer break is 2 weeks longer. So that's why I have that flexibility with the Nashville trip. No, I mean, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to fly to Nashville, go to Indiana, chill, come home, start school.
Come to All Out because Marini is going to be balling out at All Out with us, right?
Again, yeah.
AWLL out, all out.
All out.
Yes. But yeah, so I Miss and I are strongly considering a Southwest credit card just to try to get more points and so we'll see. But yeah, it'll be a good summer because I've got Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah, I forgot you.
Money in the Bank.
Oh fuck, you're doing.
Oh
that too.
shit, yeah.
Well, the Vegas trips are easy because we don't have to pay for hotels.
Yeah,
we just stay with our uncle. So yeah, so like 4 months in a row. Show.
That's awesome.
Buck's coming for the crown, Erica. You're usually the one that's
I'll let him have it. I'm excited for him.
Dang, I feel like a loser now. I need to go to more shows.
What a loser! Wow.
Loser.
I'm trying to go to Warrior Wrestling, but it's hard to gather the troops because Vogus will be in Mexico. You guys are in.
If you make one of the trips to Vegas, you have to pay for the flight. There's no hotels. Like we it's a house, and Uncle Mike says eat all the food, make all the food. Like
what about the alcohol?
He's got some of that too, and he's got very fancy hard-bound cocktail books as well. So he's a man of the people. He's got a hot tub too. So a hot tub in July.
Distinguished.
You got me sold at hot tub. I had one growing up in high school, and then we had to get rid of it. I was so depressed.
You had me at hardbound cocktail books.
And the thing that's nice is like his lady is like lives in the same place, so he like leaves the house, and he's just so it's great. Uncle Mike is the man. Uncle Mike, you would enjoy Uncle Mike.
I have an Uncle Mike too. Man. Erica, do you have an Uncle Mike?
I don't.
Damn, way to ruin it.
What a loser.
But with
Uncle Mike Kubaki, she's got it. Is that Uncle Kubaki?
Did you like that
Kubaki very well, Erica?
You know of Kubaki.
Do you know Kubaki
on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay. Well, that's all she's got. Just acknowledging it.
I didn't know where anyone was going with it. Shut up.
He's the Uncle Baki that you have. He's the Uncle Mike.
It just feels weird.
As it should.
Did you notice how I threw Kubaki randomly into that video I did for Family Divided? Did you see that?
Oh, well, I saw the picture that he and I were in.
Yeah. No, there was one with him when he shaved his head and no facial hair.
Oh, he looked like a pruny thumb.
Yeah, he looked like Elmer Fudd. Yeah.
I love Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, who doesn't? But yeah, RIP to Family Divided. Now this is my only full-time podcast, so I get to spend all my time paying attention to this. That's good, I guess.
Great.
Not me texting you guys random ideas in the middle of the night like I
You guys up?
We'll just say, okay. Sounds great.
Yeah. Erica, you give feedback, though. You're starting to get into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you, overall, with that men's chamber, I thought it was good until Brock came in, because then it just felt like, all right, well, Brock's going to do what he always does. F5 everybody, pin him, and leave. But, I mean, it was okay, right?
Like you said, it was like predictable, so it kind of like took the fun out of it, and especially when it came down to him and Austin Theory, like as much as I may have wanted it, like I knew it wasn't gonna happen, that there really was no chance, and I kind of just succumbed to it. But for some reason, it didn't hurt as bad as the Rumble, as him winning the Rumble. Fair. I don't know.
I would agree, just because I think we more expected this than the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
obviously the
if
Royal
the Rumble
Rumble
happened.
Yeah, but I don't know. It is what it is.
It's got to give you faith for next year's Royal Rumble, right?
You
like nobody was like that men's Royal Rumble was a 10 out of 10. So it gives you a little bit of faith that next year's Royal Rumble will be better, right? Yeah.
I mean, it can only go up.
I mean, we said the pay-per-view as a whole wasn't that bad. It was just that the last thing that was left in your mind was the men's Royal Rumble, and not many people were.
Well, and when you look at the chamber, we were kind of spoiled a little bit with Crown Jewel, and I think Crown Jewel was great. So you start thinking like, okay, every Saudi show is going to bring it. We talked about
this one was not great.
No, it was fair. Like it on the rubric chart, it hit acceptable. It didn't go above and beyond. It was just okay. Okay, now the women's chamber match was good. Becky and Lita, solid, like great. So there were good things, but
well, I think you could say as a whole that the women stole the show. At least in my opinion, I thought every single women's match that was on that card was great.
You liked the tag match too?
It was what it was. I mean, we all knew that was coming. I mean, you tie one arm behind Ronda's back, she's still going to kick ass, and that's basically all it was. Like, that's not surprising at all. Oh my God, tuck sound. You like Brock Lesnar on the Pat McAfee show. Did you ever see that clip?
I saw only that clip.
Oh, I watched the Pat McAfee show a lot. I'm a big fan, but Brock's like starting to opening up, and it's entertaining. But my favorite match on this show was probably Lita and Becky, because I mean, we all probably were really excited for it, but you didn't know what to expect from Lita. I don't know the last time she actually wrestled, but you couldn't have asked for a better performance from a 46-year-old woman.
No, and I kind of was hoping. I mean, whatever if she won or not, but like when she said like I don't have just one more match in me, I have a whole like run, and I was like hoping for that to be true, because I would like to see her face other people besides Becky.
Yeah, but now that she lost, like what could she potentially do at WrestleMania if that were to be a thing that she wants a longer run? Because like Becky's with Bianca, Ronda's with Charlotte. Who's available for her to like work a program with, you think?
I don't know. We have like a couple months.
Alexa
Make
Bliss,
some
maybe?
drama. Yeah, maybe.
I don't want that to be the last of Lita, though. Like, I don't want it to just be that one-off, and then that's all we get in front of Saudi. Like, she needs to come back to the States and have a couple more matches, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that her moveset, though, is not one that bodes well for a 46, right? Like but I mean, and she got close on the one spot where she came off the ropes. She was close. So Toby getting some love.
He took over Tess's chair over there.
He's not happy. He's looking for an exit strategy. Nope, don't jump.
Oh God, yep. Tuck's gonna have to go help with that. But yeah, I would like to see more of Lita, and obviously, like Tuck said, the women's chamber, and I think you brought that up in our group chat. It was very well organized. Like, it didn't feel clunky.
You want to say?
No, and I mean, obviously, I was ultra pleased with the finish, because I just did not want it to be Alexa coming in. I don't know.
Well, didn't you and I saw a couple people on Twitter were kind of expecting like the normal Alexa Bliss, and we still got
That's what I thought. Yes, and then she still came out to that, which I like that entrance a lot. But then, like with the swing,
that was funny,
and just like I kind of felt it. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not. Whatever. This is like a weird thing to say. I every year think how claustrophobic I would be in those pods, and I know the top is like graded, and it's not like you're gonna suffocate. But I had my eye on Bianca like the whole time, and like I was curious, and I was like thinking like I wish I could just Google and be like, is Bianca Belair claustrophobic? Because like I kind of could like sense like a little like anxiousness like in her, and like when she was like in there, but I don't know. I could never perform after being in there. She went in there first and came out damn last. Like I couldn't have done that. I'd say I'll just start the match.
Her performance was great in that, and it obviously made sense. I think she was the right person to win, so they can revisit that story from SummerSlam and whatnot. Yeah. But I also want to give credit to Liv Morgan and her Britney Spears gear, because that was
love it.
That was fire. But yeah, Talk. What do you think about that match?
I didn't put those two together.
Come on, hit me, baby, one more time, right?
No,
not that. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Which one was it?
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah, she corrected me.
Yeah, she did. She's just very talented, very talented athlete. Deserves all the accolades that she receives from wrestling fans and creepy men on Twitter alike. So
there's a lot of those.
No shortage.
So many.
Erica, you been getting any DMs lately?
Well, I feel like I haven't been on Twitter in like 100 years, because I was like avoiding it yesterday for spoilers. I don't think so. I never really got creepy DMs. I just don't talk, so just nobody.
You should see the DMs Tuck gets. It's mainly just for me complaining about shit on Twitter.
My DMs are
creepiest of them all.
Yeah, DM gags hits different. That's for sure.
There's a lot of people that piss me off. Sorry, I have to share it.
I get it.
For real, but I enjoyed the chamber match.
Rhea looked great. Sorry, forgot she was in it. She did.
A lot of them had good.
Is he gonna jump again?
He's definitely thinking about it.
Okay.
Rhea doing pull-ups was actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah. That was badass.
It seems like she's finally being, represented as the badass that we saw when she first got the call.
And I like that. I'm happy for that. I'm glad that kind of worked itself out. And I wish, something else I thought of is, I know like that Nikki and Alexa like have their history. And I know obviously that Nikki's still involved with Rhea, but I would just love any excuse to have like old Nikki Cross back. I know I said this last week. I probably said it the week before and the week before that, but like maybe somehow Alexa brings that out of her.
She was doing some of the Nikki Cross things yesterday. She's been kind of blending into like the rowdy like pump up spots, and that wasn't always a thing early on in her superhero. So shout out to you, Erica Dog Mamarini, for spotting Toby. He proceeded to just camp out. Now he's sitting on the floor right next to the chair.
Keep those paws on the ground, Toby. Please.
He's like, I am not grounded. This is not.
Could you imagine Mista when she comes back and Toby's just out flat, injured?
Songed.
Yes.
Why is Toby a pancake on the floor?
Like a cartoon.
It's a shoot, brother. I don't know. Another shoot, brother.
What happens on the Sunday shoot stays on the Sunday shoot. That's what they say. One thing too, during this women's chamber match, I had no idea my brother was a big Nikki Cross guy, but he was pulling hard for Nikki Cross. Maybe it's the superhero gimmick. I don't know.
There's a market, like
there is.
She's been that way forever. Now, when it comes to Alexa Bliss and her not turning back, Vince Russo went on record. I read an article that the only reason Alexa Bliss is still in this gimmick is he thinks they have 10 million Liv dolls that they haven't sold yet.
Oh,
which is why, and his evidence or his support for that statement was Shorty G became Shorty G because they had 5,000, 5 million Enzo shirts, and that became.
Oh, I know the certified G shirt you're talking about.
Yes,
and they just that could be.
It could be. I mean, that's a thing storyline related that we don't always give credit to, but.
And it's not like they're teddy bears that you could just send out. Like, no, they're like terrifying,
very
toothy dolls.
Very niche. Like if it showed up on, if I sent this to my nieces and they don't watch WWE, they're going to be terrified. They're going to shit their pants.
If I ordered it and opened the box knowing it was in there, I would still shit my pants probably. I don't like that.
Lily. I don't know if there's actually like people out there that are like asking for a Lily doll, and then when they get it, they're oh my God, a Lily doll.
Oh, I got a game. Yeah.
No, nobody does.
That should have just never been a cut your losses.
Yep.
Hopefully they just resort back to her old gimmick, the Twisted Bliss and all that stuff, because I think it's a lot better.
Lily hasn't been released due to budget cuts, so
not yet. Maybe it's
she's got a new body with her old insides in it. So that door is wide open.
That's creepy. When you put it that way.
No, that's a shoot.
Right. She's got a new body with her old insides.
Talking about Alexa, not Lily.
Think about that.
That's even grosser. I know.
Yeah, now that thought popped in my head. I'll move on from that. Hey, Sami Zayn's the new Intercontinental Championship.
Love that.
It's about congrats
time, right?
To him. Does Johnny Knoxville take it away at WrestleMania?
Oh my goodness.
No, please no.
You know what? Are they definitely having a match?
No, they're not. It's not set in stone, but they've got the chisels out. I feel like.
I will say I normally kind of not whatever. I think that his appearance in the Rumble, I kind of have faith in him. I think he kind of puts it all out there. Like I think he would respect it. And
the entertainment was there.
I think he would hopefully surprise us all again. And like, obviously he's fearless. And I think that I think he would take it seriously and like want to do a good job instead of just being there for the paycheck and for the free plug of Jackass Forever. So I don't know. I think it could be an entertaining match.
And I think we're so far, like we're past that Jackass debut movie window where like he's only doing it now because it's a thing that he wants to do as well. Because
Yeah.
they tried to do the run in with the Jackass guys years ago, and they got pissed because they weren't taking it seriously. Steve-O's in the ring getting thrown around like a rag doll. He's just laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
And that's a joke for our
There's got to be a little bit of a sense of believability to it.
Like, come on.
I know. And that was probably a bad, I mean, I think Steve-O likes that shit.
Well,
he gets off on that shit.
I know.
Especially where he was, that was not sober Steve-O. So
right.
Who knows what
that was just not a good time.
Yeah, now he's got an old outside but new insides.
That's right. That's right.
So he's got that going for him.
New insights.
Sammy's a 3-time Intercontinental Champion. I think they said 2 of those times he's won on taped shows. That's what's pretty funny about that. So there's that. At least, hey, with Shinsuke as Intercontinental Champion, we didn't get a lot of title matches. So I think at least with Sami Zayn, they actually will showcase him on TV every week. And we might get a little bit more title defenses with him.
I like it. Also, Renee said that Sammy was an underrated dancer. And I disagree. And I don't know if it's just because I've always been super into his dancing. It brings me great joy. But I would not call him underrated at all.
He's probably one of them, and when you use the term underrated, I think just wrestlers in general, Sami Zayn's entertainment value is a lot higher than most people.
Yeah, even though I wasn't the whole thing that he's doing. What's the word? Conspiracy.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, sometimes that got to be a little much, or I really wasn't sure what he's doing. But he's always so he's just so good on the match, and I like him in the ring, and he's just very, I don't know, entertaining, top to bottom. Big Sami Zayn guy.
He's the perfect WWE superstar. It just makes sense for him to be with them because he provides a whole lot than just a very good wrestler, which what he was known for really when he was El Generico before he came to WWE. NXT version of Sami Zayn was really, wrestling focused, but then when he got to the main roster, we got to see a different side.
I do hope to see, because nothing makes me happier than him and Kevin Owens together. So I hope that they become frenemies again. And I don't know. I love that. I love it. I remember when they came over to SmackDown together and I lost my mind, or Raw together. They were both, I don't know.
Have they ever had a Mania match?
Together?
Yeah. Against each other. I don't think they have.
I would say no.
That's something that I feel like you got to do just because it's all reliable.
Just for that. Yeah. Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. But speaking of WrestleMania, now that we know we're getting Lesnar versus Reigns, that's obviously going to main event night 2. What match, Tuck, would you think should main event night 1?
Becky and Bianca.
So you're taking that stance of it, because I see that the debate is really Becky, Bianca, or Charlotte and Ronda. You're thinking the other.
I don't care for the Charlotte Ronda one nearly as much. I love Bianca. I've been behind Becky since I returned when she was the Irish lass kicker. Yep. And Becky's one of those ones where I felt like I was on the ground level of her push, because I was in the stadiums and shouting for her when she was getting run over, and she puts on great matches. Bianca's unbelievable. I've seen Charlotte Flair a million times, but I know Ronda has the drawing power.
That's where I was going to say.
So that makes sense, but I want Becky and Bianca. You have the play of the veteran versus the rookie or the newbie, although this will be Bianca's second appearance.
And second main event.
That's so fucking awesome. Her second main event. Main event.
The trajectory of her career right now is insane.
Last night, I believe that they said during that women's chamber match that the winner would go on to face the champion at one of the main events.
Oh, they said one of the main events.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought the wording was headline. That they would,
which they do say for everything when it comes to wrestling,
right? But it could be. I hope.
I mean, you could be right though.
Yeah. And the thing that I like about Bianca is WWE has made a push and an investment to find athletes that may not be indie darlings. Bianca is that.
Loving wrestling.
She was an All-American track athlete that didn't even watch wrestling, and she's one of the best on the planet now. So it gives me faith that this new wave of the next in line? Is that what they call the program? I know it's the same acronym as name, image, likeness, NIL.
Yeah.
The athletes that they're not gonna hit on all of them, but maybe some of them. Maybe Gable Stevenson is the real deal. Maybe the twin female
Clevellander, the blondes.
Yeah, maybe they're real. Bianca is. So the thing that I like about that is they know the work ethic and what it takes to be successful at the highest level, and that can translate. Where there are indie wrestlers that like the wrestling, but you can tell they don't put in the 9 to 5 kind of clockwork stuff that takes you from good to superstar. So
yeah, Erica, do you think Bianca and Becky should main event night 1 then?
I do. And I mean, also isn't there like a prestige to opening WrestleMania as well?
There is.
Or
yeah.
I mean, so then again, I feel like the ego, I want it to be Becky and Bianca. I really do. Especially, I'm going to have to like rewatch that because I don't want them to now like change it and like dub the word headline over. Cause like, I know I retained nothing, but I know I heard that. But I feel like there's ego big time for like Charlotte and Ronda. So like, could I see that headlining, like just because it's the two of them that feel that like the world is owed to them because of who they are? Like, yeah, unfortunately, but like Tuck said, like I'm over that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to, and then I feel like with WrestleMania as a whole, at least the last decade, they want to try to bring in people that may not be the diehard fans to watch WrestleMania because it is their biggest event. So they're going to go with the more mainstream appeal match, I think, in the main event, which is like more people know who Ronda Rousey is than Becky Lynch or Bianca Belair.
But do you think that people are going to say like, oh, I'm going to turn on WrestleMania now because Ronda's main eventing?
Yeah.
Like, and don't you want to keep the people that have been?
I think they know they're going to keep those people regardless.
No, then you're going to get shit on the next day on Twitter and be like, the Charlotte Ronda match, oh, yeah, the viewership went down 150,000 because nobody gave a shit. Well, I guess
I think that matters to them because we bitch all the time on Twitter.
If Charlotte and Ronda pop off and there's 2 matches left, how many of those people are going to stay? Hopefully,
yeah,
that's an interesting way to build the fan base because, like we talk about, how you end the show is how a lot of people leave with their feelings. If Charlotte and Ronda got a wave of people to tune in and they were like, damn, that was awesome, and there's another women's match too, I'm gonna stay and watch this, and you have 2 back to back or very close banger matches. I don't know, they're probably not gonna put them on the same night, but you could use that. The draw at the end of the night doesn't always feel to me like it's the best move. Like Seth Rollins opening up against Brock and becoming the Beast Slayer, like that WrestleMania got off on a rocket there, so
right.
I think good wrestling and good storytelling trumps all. Whatever argument you make, I lean towards thinking they'll do Charlotte and Ronda because of the pull last, but I just Becky and Bianca need it or deserve it too.
Yeah, and I just think in like a world where you now have like, let me think of how to word this. You're gonna put Charlotte and Ronda on there for like money aspects or like, right?
A draw
for draw over 2 people that, like Tuck said, like deserve it. And I just feel like you have like people don't need a reason to like tear WWE apart. So like you would almost think they take a page out of like somebody else's book and like make the main event be what deserves to be it. And like the majority of the people would probably like it to be Bianca and Becky. And it's like right there in your face. And then just, I don't know, like they just keep doing the same shit and like not progressing. I don't know. And then who can you even get mad at anymore? Yourself.
I don't think they care. That's the thing.
At some point,
well,
it's going to be our fault.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
that's just how
we're
WWE
idiots
is.
for just.
They don't want to give the fans what they want all the time. Majority of the time, they're doing the opposite. Like this ain't AEW. They're going to do what makes them money. They like do these Saudi shows. They reportedly make $50 million off of every Saudi show. So no shit, they're going to go do them regardless of how it turns out. You go back to the Saudi show when the Fiend and Seth Rollins had that match and he curb stomped the Fiend, 20 times. and people were disgusted at the result of that match. Like, they don't give a shit. They're going to do what's best for them, what's going to bring in more outside eyes, get the mainstream attention. That Sports Center can retweet Ronda Rousey defeated Charlotte Flair in the main event of WrestleMania. They're not going to retweet or talk about Bianca Belair overcoming the odds once again and winning against Becky Lynch. It's just not going to happen.
They've made more money from Saudi Arabia since 2018 than if you put all of the ticket sales to every WrestleMania combined and adjust for inflation.
Wow.
Just tickets, not pay-per-views, total revenue, but they've made more money. They've received more money from Saudi Arabia since 2018 than every single ticket, even adjusted inflation tickets from 1990.
Crazy.
Of every WrestleMania.
Saudi Arabia keeping WWE in business? People are asking.
But they've made over $350 million from Saudi Arabia, and then they don't have room for Keith Lee.
Correct.
Let's not talk about that. I don't want to go there. But hey, I wonder how much money they paid the Viking Raiders to show up just to get attacked.
Imagine taking that flight. I mean, I get it. Like, it looked like they all had like fun there and stuff, but
it's part of the business, sure. But that's not
flying
trip from Connecticut to Chicago.
No.
I think that's them. Like, we don't know any other tag teams that are actually relevant enough to face the Usos, so we have to prolong this somehow.
You have a crowd thing that people will do.
Yeah.
And because at first I was thinking like, oh, the Street Profits, right? Because like I was thinking that like Montez would have been there with
Bianca Belair.
My bad.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, oh, they maybe like traveled together. And then I was even thinking for a second because I'm like, oh yeah, like who's Eric married to? And I was like, wait, Sarah Logan, like she's not even here. Like I was just trying to make sense of like why they were there and like make myself, I guess, feel better about what happened. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just happy that the people of Saudi Arabia get to see a live show. I know there's so much icky business behind all of it, and I'm not taking away from any of that, but I'm a sap. So like I'm happy that like those kids, those people get to.
Why do we go to shows?
Yeah.
You know, like the crap we were dealing with Monday to Friday, that stuff seems a lot less important when you're balls deep in your 17th Royal Rumble lemonade.
Yeah, that peak Whitney, man.
Yeah, but seriously, I had a problem.
Seriously, I had a problem.
I will never forget him just taking off the second Brock Lesnar threw Drew McIntyre over the ring.
For a moment in time,
down the thing.
For a moment in time, I was the only person in that WrestleMania Superstore.
Yeah.
I wish that it was not. I loved my snow day weekend. It was awesome, but I wish that I did not start day drinking that day and that I made it the whole Rumble and then I made it through all of Tuck's drunk text because I knew I missed out when I woke up the next morning. I was like, damn it.
Drunk Tuck's a rarity, and we definitely got it there at the Rumble.
Oh, and don't let me forget, I decided I'm going to make a sign for Dynamite. Tuck, I don't know if I told you I'm going to Dynamite this Wednesday.
You said on the show last week.
And I'm going to, I mean, once Eddie came back last week, I was like,
are you proposing to Eddie on that sign?
Oh my God. Like, if he didn't know me, and I don't say that he does know me, but I'm saying, like, I was like, if I was like a complete stranger to him, then I probably would make like a funny one. But I thought about even just making like one that just either said, like, they'll show it too. And I think I'm on like hard cam side. So, like, I might just make a sign that says, like, Eddie. Or like I could be like a little bit and be like, welcome back, King.
Or say the world is cold, better knuckle up, because that's Vogus's favorite theme song.
I mean, yeah.
He was shitting on that theme song in the group chat this week.
Sorry you have no
I think you make a sign with an entire love letter on it where the camera has to zoom in. Dear Eddie, it's Erica. You know me.
It's at.
Yep, you know me. We're aware.
Girl.
Hey, King.
Hey, King. Are you from New York?
New York, because you're.
Oh wait, hey, King. Are you from New York? Because I'm trying to be your queens.
Oh, there it is.
I gotta write a book.
There we go. Yeah, Tuck's already doing that.
And the Thunder Rosa one, that was pretty good. That came up with that top of the dome.
Off the top of the dome.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa. We're gonna have to get her on the show because she now has a women's title match at Revolution. They didn't just announce that, but we also are officially getting Adam Cole versus Hangman Page. So The build to Revolution is now starting to heat up, and
when is
I
that?
feel like it's March 6th, and you'll probably get a good show this week, I would assume.
Yeah, because is that next week? No, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks away then. So this isn't the go home show
technically. Two
but...
Dynamites away from the big boy.
How do you feel about that dog collar match with Punk and MJF? I know we saw one with Brody and Cody, which was good, but do you feel like this one's too soon after that?
Yes.
Seems a little much. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not like thrilled about it. Like I'd rather just, and then maybe it's just because everybody does steel cages. They didn't want to do that just to be different. So they just did another dog collar match. But I felt like a steel cage. And Punk explained that too in the promo. He's like, Wardlow can still find his way into the cage if I were to do that. So, and then he brought up Piper a million times. Yeah, I mean, there's other options. I think the feud's good, but overall, that card's solid. Like I said, you had those 2 world title matches. They still are going to do that tag team battle royal to determine the 2 other competitors for Jurassic Express, which ever since they won the titles, it feels like they really haven't been relevant.
They've kind of cooled off. Like they got the titles because they were AEW original people, and that's where they've stayed.
Well, another critique I'm seeing a lot of too is Christian hasn't wrestled since he faced Kenny on that September All Out. Like he came to AEW, I thought too.
Was that called too? No, never mind. Bye.
What was what?
None.
Okay.
We were there, All Out.
We were, yeah. But
what was the one I went to? Grand Slam. Okay.
I was surprised that he hasn't wrestled since then because I thought the reason he came to AEW was to, really get into the wrestling side of things.
And now he seems like he's just kind of been like
valet
coaching. Yeah.
I don't know. He probably would be doing more in WWE.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
You could put him with Edge and do tag team shit.
Yep. Yeah.
People would eat that up. I think it's better than what he's doing coaching Jurassic Express right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I like Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. I think they're great, but it's like ever since they won it, it's like, what are we doing here?
And then and I get like whatever, but like didn't they take him off Lucha Brothers?
Yeah. An injury had a lot to do with that, I think. Though.
No, I know, but it's a little lackluster.
That arm
injury. A little anticlimactic.
Disgusting.
Ray Phoenix is on his way back, though, isn't he?
Really?
Is he?
I think they have a tag match. Lucha Bros have a tag match on an indie soon.
Are they facing the Hardys? Because I see the Hardys are doing a lot of indies. Oh, they are?
Yes.
Wait, where? When? Where?
Eric is going.
I'm on.
Yeah, he'll look it up.
I'm going to 2 that the Hardys are going to be at. So if
you are?
tell me that. Yeah, because it's like one's in March and one's in April.
Who are they facing in the ones you're going to?
I don't know if that's been announced yet. I don't care, Adobe. Yeah, they themselves have just been announced.
Yeah, that's cool that they're doing, and they're kind of advertising it too as like one last run. So hopefully, like when they say one last run, it is because I don't think we need to see anymore.
And I'm glad that like things between them have subsided and are better.
Yeah, they seem happy, and I think eventually they will obviously get inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame. But we know that Jeff turned it down. He probably wanted to be in with Matt, but I think Jeff's big enough where he could probably get a tag team induction and a singles. He can get 2 separate, nominations there.
Yeah.
So that's stuff they got going on in AEW. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, did you guys watch Rampage?
No, because I didn't know it started at 7 Eastern.
Yeah, first off, I love that time slot. I think right before SmackDown, is better than after. Maybe I'm just old. I think
no, but then it was like when it's like Fox News, where it's 10 a.m. p.m. Do you know where your children are? And then like normally like switch over to like TNT or whatever TBS, and then I was like, oh right, there's nothing on.
Well, the reason I asked about Rampage is because that was the first actual match I saw of Jay White. First off, I think his promos are very calm. Like he has this seriousness to him that I'm noticing from before the match when they did the interview with Mark Henry. And honestly, he is very good at wrestling. And I think Trent's very underrated. You guys are going to have to watch that match if you haven't, because he can work as a singles competitor too. You a big fan of Trent?
I love Trent. Yeah.
Tuck, how's the research going over there?
It's harder than I thought it would be. The one picture that I saw on Facebook is apparently TBD, but March 13th, on March 12th, they will be competing in Webster, Massachusetts.
That's Lucha Brothers.
No, it just says that. I'm looking for the graphics still. And then on the 13th, they are doing like a signing. But
oh, wait, you're talking about the Hardys.
Yeah, the Hardy
Oh,
Boys.
okay.
They are wrestling for Big Time Wrestling March 12th. Hit Row is coming back to Spring Fever on March 19th in Parkville, Maryland.
Did you see he's probably signing with AEW too?
Swerve.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
all he's been doing since he got let go from WWE, all he's been doing is commenting on and posting pictures with AEW people.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to fit with AEW, but once again, it goes back to the problem, man. How much TV time do you have for these people?
And it's yeah.
And they're talking about Buddy Matthews too.
I think I know I've said this before, and it seems like every time I try to think of like somebody that previously was with AEW, and I'm like, one of these days they're going to run out of time. They're going to run out of time, and you're not going to fit them all. And like, what do you do? So then I was thinking about, damn it, someone recently, and then they popped up, and I was like, okay, but like, what about like, and I guess maybe a lot of them are on Dark. What about like, isn't Kip Sabian trying to like come back? Or then you have guys that do like big long runs like Miro, and then like you give them some time off. But like, and is that how you do it? I don't see anything wrong with that. If you have people that like have been on for so consistently for however long and they need a break, yeah, give them a couple months off to go work, decompress and live. And then when they come back, it's like with a brand new life. I don't know. But some people I think have just like fallen off. And then like you said, like what do you do with a Swerve and a
like how many people can be in the TNT title picture? I know we talked about it on Thursday. Like Keith Lee brought it up. Andrade looks like he's on the verge of potentially winning those belts. I think he has a match Friday against Sammy Guevara on Rampage, which you'll probably are they taping Rampage on your show?
Yeah.
So you'll don't spoil it for me, please. If
I have the Hardy Boys are going to square off against Brian Myers and Matt Cardona.
That's cool.
On March 13th, big time wrestling event in Albany, New York.
How close is that to you?
Oh, wait, I might be going to not that one, but the weekend maybe after.
The weekend I'm in Vegas, you're going to wrestling?
No, wait, maybe it is that weekend, but it wasn't Albany. It was maybe the one in Massachusetts because one kid couldn't go and the other kid might go. And I said, all right, maybe I'll go.
By the way, that Vegas week, you guys are going to have to do the show with just you two.
Why? What are you doing in Vegas?
What?
March Madness.
Figure that out.
Contracting. Oh.
Man, I go every year. I thought you knew that.
Right, I did.
You knew that. I've known you for what, 4 years now?
I know. You watched SmackDown on flight one time.
No, I think it was NXT because I fly out on Wednesday to go to Vegas all the time. Yeah. So now I'll be watching Dynamite in the air, texting you guys because I'll be able to get the iMessages we'll be able to go through.
Perfect.
So I'll probably be on a little bit of a delay. But anybody got anything else? Are we shooting? Were we done with the shoot?
Wait, do we agree I make a sign for Dynamite? Do we agree I make an Eddie sign? Is that weird? And then look for me.
Yeah.
And then on the back, like, listen to On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, idiots.
With that ad. We're the same ad everywhere.
On the Mark. Yep.
Yeah.
It's very easy to find. Instagram. TikTok.
Actually, if you look at the background image behind us, just get a black scratch board and just chisel out everything else. Good luck. Yeah, I set some time aside.
I guess I got like 3 days. I
was gonna say, do you have any artistic ability?
Yeah, I made some cool signs for Mania.
I wouldn't be able to.
I made a cool Samoa Joe sign.
I think the worst sign I ever brought to a wrestling show was I'm a Rosebud for Adam Rose.
0 career signs from Tucky. I gotta up my game.
I also had a Believe in the Shield one with the beginning date and then the end date because I'm a big Shield guy. As Tuck got to experience.
I used to make signs for every show that I went to, including like house shows.
Do you still have them?
No.
House shows, that seems so pointless though.
I was in like 7th grade.
I wish you would have kept them.
Like, I think I have pictures of me holding them though. I would like make my dad take pictures of me.
Can we see some of those throwback Marini Mark pics?
You know what? Because I don't think I showed you guys my childhood bedroom. I used to. I mean, granted, a lot of it was like NSYNC and Britney Spears and like whatever around the time. But like every square inch of my wall, I used to just print pictures to like fit whatever opening there was. So like on one wall, in the process of filling it out, my girlfriend was over and we were like dressing up and like taking pictures. And behind me, you just see pictures of, I used to love X-Pac. And I just had like cut out pictures of him, and then you see like The Rock, you see like my Stone Cold foam finger on my bed. Like that was like peak Marini. I will show you those pictures.
I'm excited to have a child and do that.
Yeah.
Do the kid stuff and the wrestling, because then at least I have a valid excuse.
That's what I'm trying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, now I just say it's because I have a podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
yeah, explaining it to high school kids, they're like, and what do they have to say every time? It's fake, right? And I'm
oh
like,
yeah.
I had
your grade's fake.
Would you say your grade?
Yeah.
Like when I go to Walmart and I'm buying like a bunch of figs and I'm like putting them on the belt and I just like loudly like, these are for my son.
I have children.
son.
I've got kids, people. That was me today at Walmart. I had Jungle Boy in one hand, I had MJF in the other hand, and I put them both back as a responsible adult.
Oh, you should have got them.
And now the sign from the universe will be the next time I go to Walmart. If they're there, that's my cue. So that's kind of how I'm trying to play it now.
I need to add on to the AEW. I only have, that's the Cody, which one of one, not one of one, like total, but like that's series 1, figure 1, and then that Kenny's, I think, 2 on the first series. So I feel like those could be worth something. And then that Britt Baker back there.
Where are your figures displayed, Erica? I feel like that's a good backdrop.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, look at mine.
So listen, I used to, okay, I have a lot. I have a lot. And that's why it was like overwhelming. And then I have like my picture with Eddie. I have my picture with Finn. I have my Orange Crush magazine with Eddie that will one day be autographed. Like, and I have like my figs, but I keep all my figs boxed. So like it makes it like a little bit difficult. But then I also got a bunch of like micro brawlers. And I have like a shelf, and I'm gonna like put the shelf up there and then like fill them with my micro brawlers. I got like my China Pop Funko. So I have a lot. I just have to like do it.
I didn't know you were into micro brawlers. I might have a few you're interested in.
Oh, you might.
I have an entire box full.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Did you
send
Marini her gifts?
No, that is a winter break activity, and maybe I'll throw in a micro brawler. I don't know.
What's a gift?
Remember, we revealed it on the show from the Rumble.
My cool blue shirt.
Your month-old T-shirt. Yeah.
Awesome. I forgot about it.
Now it's just being aged right now. So
that's okay. It's like a fine wine.
Toby took a shit on it, so have fun with that.
That's get some dog hair on it. It's
Toby poops. We worry about Toby pees. It's everywhere.
Listen, as an ex-diaper dog, Mom,
I get it. Say ex-diaper wearer.
Well, we all are. I hope.
True. Yeah. Can confirm.
Quick question. This has nothing to do with anything. You guys probably won't even know. When we were at All Out, they announced that Eddie was going to have a figure.
Yeah.
And then I like check like Ringside Collectibles like every so often, and they're like nothing comes up when you like search for him. And I just feel like, has it been? They said it on Instagram, and I want to say like maybe even like a Thunder Rosa. Like they were like announcing like a bunch, but like I don't know how long normally they take to. Well, I mean, if you're going to announce it, you'd think that you have.
For reference, Marini, they announced Britt's figure that I got behind me at FanFest. So I think they might have also done the Eddie at FanFest. Like they did the whole people from the company were there doing reveals. Like they had the Dark Order set, the Brody Lee. I think
they were already made, right?
They were not released though at that time.
I don't think they were even.
Eddie Kingston's going to be part of the Unrivaled Collection Series 9 with Brian Cage, Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Thunder Rosa.
I was right. Look at this thing go.
I'm going to have to get a Thunder Rosa figure. I feel like
what about an Eddie
Britt
one?
And Thunder. No, I'm not a big Eddie guy.
I'm going to get 2 so I can have one out. And he will be on
I don't want to know I don't know what you do with that.
They were announced for
Jackass?
Series 9. Series 8 is not debuted yet.
Okay, so it's the next in line. Are we on 7 right now?
We're on 7 is out. Those figures have been released. 8 is next. We've got Jericho, 2 different Jerichos, the Best Friends, John Moxley, Orange Cassidy, and Chris Statlander.
That's
a nice line.
Unrivaled.
I like that.
They hit the ground running, man. I
and they're good.
They're
good figures.
Good figures. Yeah.
They look bigger than most WWE ones, though. I haven't unpackaged an AEW figure yet.
Yeah, so MJF is Series 6, Jungle Boy is Series 5, and those are still looming around some Walmart. So I don't even think I'm close to getting 7 in house yet. I haven't seen any of these. local.
We're all gonna have to up our figure game, I guess, to see who has the best collection. After all,
I have
I
no
feel like-
AEWs.
I feel like Erica's in a very strong position.
mine are
I
all
have
loose.
all WWE.
Yeah,
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, wait, what doesn't mean anything?
mine are all
That they're
loose.
all WWE. You can have a really strong
Oh.
collection. Yeah.
Oh, I think I do. And
Oh,
then
I think I do.
yeah, and then I have a couple Lucy's that like the box busted open on 2 of them. So I have Cesaro and KO. They're out, and then I took Gold Dust from Steve Signor's son.
Thanks, Steve.
Sorry, you're not listening.
Shout out to Steve. He's always retweeting, liking it. Derek Perry also doing the same thing. Anybody that retweets or likes our stuff,
Yeah.
we appreciate you. But I think we're going to end the first edition of Sunday Shoot. I was not expecting to go over an hour, but hey, this is what happens when you just go off the cuff, guys. Good first run of things.
Come
Well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
I think it went well. I look forward to doing it again. Sometimes it's nice just waking up and saying, "Hey, I just got to get in front of a camera," and not go over the meticulous Google Doc that you send us every week. That Eric and I spend time together, kind of poring over. We do a conference call before the show, just the two of us, to make sure that
like these were my notes from your last
So-
Google Doc.
yeah, so we can like predict and
God, that noise is.
So it's just a lot, and to wake up on a Sunday and just shoot, brother. I mean, wow, what a time. So yeah, life is good.
Yeah, friendly reminder, this show will not be uploaded as a podcast. So if you're watching this at a later date, it's only available on YouTube, and if you're following us on Facebook, because obviously the Twitter feeds will probably disappear after a while once we start tweeting out other shit. But thanks to those that stopped by, and if you're watching at a later date, we appreciate you, and we'll be back at it again on Thursday for episode 83. Erica will tell us probably all about her Dynamite. Hopefully nothing about AEW Rampage, because
remind me, because you know what, things blend. So why don't you take the ring? And
don't worry,
We will guide you.
Don't let me go off. Don't
go off.
You will.
Speaking of going off,
there's gonna be spoilers. Sorry.
this stream's going off in 3, 2, 1.
Bang, bang.